So Donald Trump has spent the day mocking Nikki Haley's racial identity, saying that he should receive absolute immunity the same way he believes that rogue cops should get absolute immunity to, I guess, kill whoever they want to kill. He calls her bird brain. He says that if you contribute to Nikki Haley's campaign, then you are going to be forever banished from the MAGA movement. He's posted dozens of times about his rape victim. He's been found liable previously for sexually assaulting E. Jean Carroll, and today he continues to post. I mean, dozens of posts. You've heard me say it before here that if you knew somebody who posted 50 times about any topic, their hobby, their skill, fantasy football, fishing, gardening, cooking tips, whatever, 50 times in all caps, you'd be like, okay, this person's a madman. Like, this is a crazy person. Donald Trump does that about a woman he was found liable for sexually assaulting back in May, and he's posting it now. He's also attacking Mitt Romney because Mitt Romney stated that he and the Democrats are trying to create a bipartisan immigration bill and trying to make sure that they can deal with the southern border. But Donald Trump wants to whine about the issue rather than actually come to any solution. So that's my summary of what Donald Trump's doing, but let's just get into it. We posted this story on MeidasTouch.com. And by the way, make sure you're signed up for our new newsletter, MeidasTouch.com/newsletter. But here's the article. Trump reposts video mocking Nikki Haley's racial identity. Trump continues targeting Haley's Indian heritage. Trump reposted a video from a MAGA Republican influencer and troll named Terrence K. Williams mocking Nikki Haley for calling herself brown. Williams, who is popular among MAGA Republicans for mocking racial topics, playing into anti-black stereotypes, acknowledged Haley is Indian, but implied Haley looks white and should be laughed at and mocked for claiming she experienced racism. And there's a whole video that was posted here. I'm not going to play the video. If you want to go to MeidasTouch.com and watch it, you can watch it. I don't want to post a video of a racist rant against Nikki Haley on my YouTube channel, even though it's newsworthy. I just don't want to do it. So I apologize if you wanted to see the video. Here's what Donald Trump posted as well. All caps. A president of the United States must have absolute full immunity, without which it would be impossible for him or her to properly function. Any mistake, even if well-intended, would be met with almost certain indictment by the opposing party at term end. Even events that cross the line must fall under total immunity, or it will be years of trauma trying to determine good from bad. There must be certainty. Example, you can't stop police from doing the job of strong and effective crime prevention because you want to guard against the occasional rogue cop or bad apple. Sometimes you just have to live with it. I mean, you have to live with a rogue cop killing an innocent person. That's actually not the way our system works, and no one would want our system to work that way. Yes, there are lots and lots of great members of law enforcement out there, courageous, and most are. However, when you have a rogue cop, a bad cop, or as Donald Trump said in his speech, a bad priest, or when the church does something wrong, implying, the pedo priests, they should be held accountable. They don't get absolute immunity. What in the world are you talking about? But that's how Donald Trump is spending the day, posting racist videos, demanding absolute immunity, saying he's like a rogue cop. By the way, he goes, I heard bird brain, and that's how he refers to Nikki Haley. I heard bird brain totally bombed last night in South Carolina. Why the surprise? She just bombed in Iowa and New Hampshire in a very big way and lost both states. She also lost Nevada because she saw the polls and decided to take a pass on it. 100% Trump. I mean, by the way, You've got President Biden out there right now talking about what he's going to do for the American people, talking about his policies for workers, how he's going to and has improved wages. You got Biden out there talking about reducing prescription drug prices. You've got Biden out there talking about making healthcare affordable and accessible, talking about making education affordable and accessible, protecting Social Security, making sure that Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, has record signups right now, reducing the price of insulin. I'm sure you've benefited from policies because of President Biden. Your 401k is probably better. GDP growth is up right now. President Biden's also trying to reach bipartisan solutions on the border while Donald Trump is trying to prevent that. And
this episode of the MeidasTouch podcast is brought to you by Manacora Honey. Now it's getting cold out there, and it's time to start thinking about presents for the people that you love. And this miracle of nature, well, it just fell in my lap at the perfect time. Now this is a rare super honey that is 100% natural and has some unique properties. Manacora makes Manuka honey, a single origin honey that comes from New Zealand, where the bees only feed on the nectar of the Manuka tea tree, making honey that is pure, rich, and complex with a creamier texture that's on a completely different level from the normal honey that you find at the supermarket. You could use it as you would any other honey, but what puts the super in Manuka honey is that it's super rich in antioxidants and prebiotics, 3 times more compared to regular honey. On top of that, it contains an antibacterial compound called MGO that can be found exclusively in Manuka honey. The bottom line is that these nutrients really support your optimal immune and digestive health, and it's delicious. This is just the perfect way to treat myself with something that's going to keep me strong through the colder months, and the perfect gift for the people that I love to keep them sweet and healthy too. Manacora sent me a jar and squeeze bottle of their MGO 850 Plus Manuka honey, their best-selling honey, and it's truly delicious. The creamy caramel texture, well, it melts in your mouth, and it's unlike anything I've ever tried. I can grab a spoonful out of a jar, or put it in my favorite beverage, or squeeze on some oatmeal. It's delicious! I add the 850 Plus Manuka honey to my morning toast, and the flavor and consistency, it just makes for the perfect morning meal. If you head to manacora.com/Meidas, you could get $25 off their starter kit, which comes with the MGO 850 Plus Manuka honey, a free travel pack honey sticks, a free wooden spoon, and also a free guidebook. And this is just the perfect gift for a loved one this holiday season. Now I love the jar and I love the squeeze bottle, but the extra pack of compostable honey sticks is perfect for whenever you're on the go. You can bring them with you wherever you're traveling, and it makes for the perfect snack while you're running errands. So head to Manacora, manacora.com/Meidas to get $25 off your starter kit. This is just the ultimate honey. Indulge and try some honey with superpowers from Manacora.
I want you to take a look at this. This is what Mitt Romney had to say, because then Donald Trump reflexively posts about everything. Mitt Romney said, look, we're trying to make a deal here, and we're trying to come up with solutions for the border, and Donald Trump's trying to kill it so he can whine about an issue, so he can complain about an issue. Here, play this clip of Mitt Romney. Play it.
Oh, I think the border is a very important issue for Donald Trump, and the fact that he would communicate to Republican senators and Congresspeople that he doesn't want us to solve the border problem because he wants to blame Biden for it is really appalling. But the reality is that we have a crisis at the border. The American people are suffering as a result of what's happening at the border, and someone running for president ought to try and get the problem solved, as opposed to saying, "Hey, save that problem. Don't solve it. Let me take credit for solving it later."
And so, of course, Donald Trump responds to that, but is really sending an order, a message to the MAGA Republicans in the House of Representatives, saying, in response to the statement made by Pierre Delecto, I haven't spoken to a Mitt Romney in years, and he knows nothing about me or my views. Fortunately, he will be permanently leaving the Senate soon, and our country will be a better place for it. But that being said, we need a strong, powerful, and essentially perfect border. Unless we get that, we are better off not making a deal, even if that pushes our country to temporarily close up for a while, because it will end up closing anyway with the unsustainable invasion, a death wish for the USA. Between our rigged elections and open borders, our country's in seriously trouble. A border deal now would be another gift to the radical left Democrats. They need it politically, but don't care about our border. What is currently being worked out in the Senate will be meaningless in terms of border security and closure. It actually won't be. You have serious senators doing their jobs and trying to come up with a bipartisan solution to address issues in a meaningful way, not some performative way that you can go, oh, look what I'm doing. I'm putting barbed wire fence. Look what a tough guy I am. Actually addressing the issue. But with MAGA Republicans, you can't address issues. You can't have serious conversations because this is the behavior that they engage in. Oh, and here Donald Trump is posting, 20, 30, 40 messages about E. Jean Carroll, a woman who he was found liable for sexually assaulting. Now Donald Trump spends all the time posting about her. I mean, over and over again, like an obsessive, harassing, tormenting maniac that he is. We know Donald Trump posts his birther posts about Nikki Haley, saying that she shouldn't even be eligible to run, using just completely false conspiracy theories. That's what Donald Trump's doing as well, making posts calling her bird brain. And then he gives interviews where he says, like, I give her these nicknames because wherever she comes from, I just think that they're good nicknames. This is what he had previously said on Fox. Play this clip.
It just felt good to me. And with her, it's just something that came. It's a little bit of a takeoff on her name, her name, wherever she may come from, but it's just.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
It's a little bit of a takeoff. I look at her name. I look at a lot of people. I do a lot of names for people, like Pocahontas. She said, my mother said I look like an Indian, so I started calling her Pocahontas. Some people say I'm very good at that, but...
Oh, and here's a post that he made. While President Biden is standing shoulder to shoulder with union leaders talking about helping workers out, Donald Trump is applauding a fellow billionaire or decamillionaire. I'm not even sure if Donald Trump's a billionaire, but a wealthy individual for selling 717 Fifth Avenue to Gucci for $963 million in New York. I thought you told me, Donald Trump, that all of the businesses were fleeing. Wait a minute, there's a nearly billion dollar deal, and you mean businesses are coming to New York? You mean businesses are thriving in New York? You mean our GDP in the United States is thriving right now? You mean inflation is under control right now because President Biden took steps to control it? You mean that the 401ks are doing better, that the stock market keeps hitting record high? Is that what you mean? Come on. Come on, folks. Thank you for helping us hit 2 million subscribers here on this network. Let's keep growing this pro-democracy community together. Sign up for our newsletter, MeidasTouch.com/newsletter. Have an excellent day.
Thanks so much for watching. We're only a few subscribers short of 2 million subs. Please subscribe right now to the MeidasTouch YouTube channel for free and help us grow this unapologetically pro-democracy network.